All right, very nice out there this afternoon. Just much cooler than what it was yesterday. We're only seeing temperatures into those 50s and 60s as we get past the noon hour. Yesterday, we saw those 70s close to 80 degrees even in some places as well. Plenty of sunshine. That cold front came through, and now we're feeling that after effect by the time we get to this afternoon. Now, over the next several days, actually going to get much warmer outside, but it is going to be windy. We're still not done for today. Daytime highs still going to climb up into those 60s and 70s by the time we get later on this afternoon into the early evening hours. At least the good news is plenty of sunshine left throughout the rest of your Tuesday. Again, over the next several days, we're going to get warmer, but it's going to be windy outside. We're talking about Wednesday through Friday, really seeing those wind gusts coming up from the south at peak around 40 miles per hour. I think those sustained winds, though, consistently throughout the day, anywhere right around 20 miles per hour, at least over the next couple of days. Again, the good news is those winds coming up from the south, that's what's going to boost our afternoon highs, and it's really going to boost our afternoon highs by the time we get to Thursday and this upcoming Friday. You take a look at that, we're right back up into those low 80s by the time we get closer towards the end of the week across northwest Arkansas before the changes come going into our Easter weekend. Across the River Valley, I think by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, we could see a few places reaching up into the mid 80s. Very warm to end the week, just very windy outside as well. Of course, we talked about those changes coming for our Easter weekend. That's where we have not only multiple rain chances, but storm chances back into the forecast. Two timelines I specifically want to point out to you. Friday night, late at night, going into early on Saturday morning, that would be what we're going to consider as round one. But then that second round would then be what comes for Easter Sunday. Now, we're very early out from this, but the latest timeline is somewhat suggesting Sunday afternoon into the evening hours. I don't want to give you false hope that those Easter egg hunts are going to be completely dry outside, but at least it's some positive news this far out. Again, things are going to change before we get to Easter Sunday. But let's take a look at what we're expecting for the weekend. Still lots of rain chances, lots of thunderstorm chances as well. Could have a few strong storms mixing in there as well. Across the River Valley, we'll see those daytime highs still into the mid to upper 70s, but again, rain chances coming in by the time we get to Friday night going into Saturday, and then again sometimes Sunday afternoon going into the evening hours. This is that latest timeline that we have for you right now. With all those rain chances added up, though, we could see around 2 to 3 inches of extra rainfall across northwest Arkansas, across the River Valley, a little bit less, but still this could lead to some localized flooding going into the weekend. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days looks like this. Again, not too bad out there for today. We just wish it would be a little bit warmer. We are going to get that warmth back, though, over the next several days. Unfortunately, though, we have to deal with the wind. Going to be very windy to end the work week, but we get back up into those low 80s, which will be very nice outside. Again, going into Easter weekend, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible right now. And I don't want you to cancel those Easter plans just yet. Really, the timeline I'm thinking is somewhere between Friday late at night going into Saturday morning would be that initial wave of the chances for some heavy rainfall and maybe even a few strong storms. But then once we get to Easter Sunday, and again, we're still very far out from this, it's more looking like Sunday afternoon into the evening hours would be the best chances for that next timeline. But again, things are going to change before we get there. In the meantime, let's just worry about all the sunshine that we have right now and the fact that temperatures are going to get warmer over the next several days. When it comes to Easter weekend, we'll be working on that forecast as we get just a little bit closer.
Oh yeah, we're all excited for those warmer temperatures, but keeping our fingers crossed for Sunday, and it might just be a little smarter to just go ahead and make the plans for indoor just in case.
At least start thinking about those backup plans. Again, if there's one hope for the weekend, it may be that Sunday morning when everybody's going to be outside, maybe our dry slot that we have, but things could change before we get there.
Right. All right. Well, thanks for letting us know, Stephen. Well, a newborn